Hey guys, how's it going? Looks like Kristi Winters and Kevin finally did a hangout. Been waiting to see what Kristi Winters was going to say about this, and I'm kind of going into this blind. I listened to the first minute of it, so I'm definitely going into this blind. And I went to where at 11 minutes she starts talking about bearing, because I had to skip through just a lot of just weird banter between the two. Look, I have to say, like, teach their own. I'm not blaming them for being this way or anything like that, but their banters make me realize how freaking boring their lives must be. It was just cringy to listen to, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not even gonna say that I'm not saying they're bad for that or anything like that, but for the love of God, get a hobby. Just get a hobby. Let's go into this.
Keep it down back there in the back. Hey, hello everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome to the happy hour with my co-host, noisy co-host Kevin. How are you
suddenly,
doing?
right at the fucking start of this, suddenly I'm now the most popular man in the history of the world, getting 1 million private messages.
Yeah,
which is
his
really
phone's
annoying.
been dinging for the last couple
Yeah,
minutes.
because I'm bigger than fucking Jesus.
And the Beatles.
Ooh, I know they're being sarcastic when it comes to that, but hey, way to break an arm jerking yourself off there, huh? Y'all aren't getting that many messages. Come on. Citations, please. You know, the thing is if you were truly getting blown up like crazy... Oh. Got my hands here. Oopsies. If they were truly getting blown up, holy crap, would they be, like, actually showing it? They're getting tweeted at, yeah. I'm well aware. I could pull up Twitter, though, and see how many people are tweeting at you. It's really nowhere near as many as they're making it out to be. Probably about, I would say they've probably gotten about 1,500 tweets to them over this, maybe. Now, if they would care to prove me wrong, by all means, show it. But they're not gonna. Anyway, sorry about I am messy. I am covered in oil and grass. Finally got the 2 tires replaced on my Corvette. What a freaking pain. The tires were... I'm not even going to get into it. They were tires that never should have been on that car. Owner before me just had no idea what he was doing. That's all there is to it. I'm filthy. I'm sorry. Bear with me here. Get it? Bearing? Bear? Yay. I made a joke. Now I can fit in with the crowd. Anyway, let's get going here.
Combined.
Yeah. And when I say bigger than Jesus, I just mean I'm bigger than the fat Mexican guy.
Ooh, Kevin with the racisms? You know, if I were to drop a joke like that, or, well, more or less, if Bearing were to drop a joke like that, they'd be all over him for insensitivity.
See what I did there? Yes. Hello there, everybody. How are we all? How are you, Krista?
Okay, let's just get to it. That's all I wanted to just kind of banter about there.
So, quick technical thing, then back to the show.
Right here.
Possibly will have to travel across the border to the Republic of Ireland for their abortion in the future. Who knows? There we go. Anyway, yes. Should we get on to our main topic of what should be a happy hour?
Again, topics, really good topics on which to end and take a pause, a hiatus. Do you want to start? The big news. I want to hear your take, because obviously I know my take because I lived it.
So. Yes, the channel of Bearing, the great, awesome Bearing, who's one of the great journalists of our age, or should I say...
He's never claimed to be a journalist, has he?
A prick, a massive prick.
Man, you need to look in a mirror. You're the only one who goes out of your way to be an asshole.
He had his channel taken down. Both Kristi and I, along with various other people, including Michael Rowlands and Steve Shives and Anita Sarkeesian, apparently, have been blamed for Bearing having his...
That's so funny. Didn't you all do that to him before, though, and admitted it? Where's your credibility, man? You realize you're not credible, right? Now, the thing is I believe you because I've looked into the evidence. I believe that you all did not actively campaign this time to get his channel shut down, but you have done it before. You did it to his Twitter. You did it to his YouTube channel a while ago. All the times he managed to get him back. But when people are coming to you blaming you, and you're like, oh my gosh, why? That's just so crazy. That's insane. Why would we ever do that? Well, I don't know. It's because you did it before, dude. You've done it before. You are guilty of this. Okay? You got to understand that. So stop acting surprised and just be like, admit that admit that you're sorry for doing it last time if you're thinking that it's a big deal that you did it this time. If you don't want to be framed for doing it this time, you got to admit and say that you were wrong for doing it last time. That's the only way you're going to get past this.
His channel taken down.
Yeah.
But it appears it may be either a combination of or an either or of him pushing the cannabis oil product, which YouTube don't like, or the academia fraud website where you can get essays for college students just done for you.
Okay, I've never seen this academia fraud thing at all. Maybe I just didn't pay attention during his ads. But all I've ever seen was Virtuous Shield and the CBD oil. Oh, and his laundry smelling stuff or whatever that was. Those are the only 3 ads I've ever seen him push. So, but even so, the academia thing, I looked into it. I couldn't see it tied to him, but I looked into it, and it very clearly states that you cannot legally turn it into any kind of college or anything like that. So, therefore, it doesn't break any laws. It doesn't violate any YouTube services. And YouTube doesn't have anything on their terms of service about that stuff. So it doesn't matter. That you can't get your channel terminated for what you're saying right there.
Which is, I believe, illegal in a lot of places.
No, it's not, because they cover their own ass by saying it's illegal for you to do that. Don't do it. They advise you not to. Kind of like, the little thing saying, warning, this cigarette causes cancer.
Yeah, and certainly not ethical no matter where you are.
I don't care about your ethics. I really don't. Ethics don't put people... ethics shouldn't be putting people out of their YouTube channels. It shouldn't be getting rid of them. And there's nothing in their terms of service about it. So
yeah, exactly. It's incredibly unethical.
Yeah, you're not one to talk about ethics.
So one of or both of those things have forced YouTube's hand, and they've gotten rid of his channel. Of all, this is the thing, right? I'm not sad to see him go. Not that I want people's channels shut down in general.
That's garbage. You know you want people's channels shut down. You've done it before. Come on. Come on, you have false flagged people before.
I'm not sort of that way inclined, but I'm not sad to see him go because of all the things he could have been done. This is like Al Capone getting done for tax evasion.
Yeah.
Man, what kind of comparison is that? When has he ever done anything along the lines like that, man? You ever notice how somebody could have 500,000 subscribers? You don't even have a real percentage of those subscribers that he had. You have like 1% of his subscribers, and seriously, you're sitting here grandstanding, saying that he was an asshole and that he was a jerk and all that. Apparently, a lot more people out there think you're a dick than he is, And whenever it's a vast majority of people think you're the asshole, maybe you should reflect a little bit. It's not even because of your ideas or anything like that. This has nothing to do with politics or anything like that. When you have a vast amount of people that are defending him over you, perhaps you should reevaluate yourself.
Yeah.
It's the least of the things, really, for me. Of all the things he could have done, virtually every video he ever made broke the terms of service.
Absolutely not. That is just a flat lie.
Broke community guidelines.
Name one.
And indeed, for the first 2 or 3 years of his channel, it was also broke copyright law as well, as we later found out with the Total Drama Island shtick.
He didn't even know that stupid show existed, honestly. Well, at least if I remember right, that's what he said. I'm not going to sit here and speak for him. If I remember, he said that he didn't know anything about that show. He just found what looked like just a generic cartoon bear and used it. Now, that was wrong of him, obviously, because he was making money by that was his icon essentially. But he worked it out. He got it fixed. That's water under the bridge. He talked with the owner of that drawing. That's between him and the artist. It's none of your business anymore. If they've settled it, it's done.
Dick. Which undoubtedly won't have helped his case in the long run, because
Not really, because that strike got removed.
if you're a repeat offender,
He wasn't a repeat offender.
as he is,
He's not. What did he steal somebody else's thing again?
they're not going to look favourably upon you and give you the benefit of the doubt. So, yeah, he's had his channel taken down. He's still got his backup channel, Patrick, which I presume he'll just move on to now and going through it. But yeah, he's been a serial abuser and harasser and
That's just a lie. Who's he abused?
leader of dog piles, and
He's never led any dog piles. He has never led any dog piles. He says in every video, do not contact you guys. He's never led any dog piles. You are just a liar. Yeah, how horrible of a person do you have to be to just lie about somebody? Honestly, like, I want to like you. When you jumped in with that whole Sargon debate thing, and of course you came in just telling Sargon to just shut up, like a little child. But when you and Sargon actually were working together pretty well...
threatening people with their dogs.
When you and Sargon were working together pretty well against Richard Spencer, it was actually kind of a nice thing. You actually could... You're not as extreme as you think you are. You're trying to fit in with this crowd. I actually believe Kevin Logan could go to the other side and actually do some good. He's probably the only one of these guys that I could even trust to go to the other side and reevaluate himself. But man, when you gotta just flat out lie about somebody, how do you not reflect on that? How bad do you have to be and how low do you have to sink to just start lying? That is insane to me. Reevaluate yourself, dude.
They're not going to look favourably upon you and give you the benefit of the doubt. So, yeah, he's had his channel taken down. He's still got his backup channel, Patrick.
Sorry, I had to back up.
To now going through it. But yeah, he's been a serial abuser and harasser and leader of dog piles and threatening people with their docs and all the rest of it. So,
threatening people with their docs. When? When did that ever happen, dude? When did he ever threaten people to dox them? That is just one of the most insulting things I think I've ever heard, dude. I need to know, like, right now when that happened.
Yeah, I won't be
Sending
crying
people their docs.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But basically threatening, basically saying, I have your shit.
What? When? When the hell did that happen?
That's what he did to Danny Corks. There's no doubt about it.
That is such horseshit, man. Prove it to me. Prove it to me and I will apologize immediately, dude. I do not believe that for 1 second. That is garbage.
My docs. He sent me my docs by email, yeah.
Yeah, and then...
Oh, you're going to have to prove that. He did not dox you, Kristi.
But then, he didn't know who'd sent it to him, apparently, yeah. It was some sort of ninja.
Oh, really? So when did he release this information and dox you?
A character who just swooped in and gave... Anyway. Yes, so I'm not going to be crying any tears or losing his sleep for Patrico. He will just have to get on with his fucking life. And hopefully he'll learn his lesson for, the...
What lesson is he going to learn, Kevin? That you can't put marijuana ads up on YouTube right now? Huh? Is that the lesson to be learned? It's amazing how whenever it blows my mind because you're supposed to be liberal and you're supposed to be for these kind of things. Unless if those things are violated, your own liberal ideas in order to put behind somebody who doesn't side with you, you're totally fine with it. You're totally fine with it. If police brutality, ended up happening to Bering, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm so glad that happened to him." I don't cry any tears of him getting brutalized by police and all that. You would not stick by your principles. That's the difference between your side and my side. You don't stick by your principles. You will bend your principles if it harms the people that you do not like. That is disgusting, man.
Millionth occasion of trying.
So, as Kevin has already pointed out, the channel termination was due to spam, misleading content, and something else? Deceptive advertising practices or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're going to have to explain to me exactly how his past copyright things have anything to do with this. Go on.
Yes, deceptive practices, yeah.
Yeah. And what it seems to be, this wasn't like a flagged, his video, well, I mean, I guess you can flag for spam, but it seems to me that he seems to have gotten caught up.
Which very well actually still could have been you and your guys' team. Could have been pending from a long time ago, and YouTube got around to it and decided, oh, this is it. So it could come back on you as it being a false flagging campaign from you guys.
Probably if he had had cannabis oil in his tags or maybe in the description, that could have maybe gotten caught up in the algorithm.
Yeah,
And
that
also,
seems
yeah.
that seems likely because I mean I'm not really big into cannabis YouTube, but apparently there's been a thing. Then they've been sort of closing cannabis channels and stuff.
Well, you're absolutely right. But here's the thing about it, okay? So, sure, they are going down for these channels now, and it's really kind of silly in my opinion. But his channel will come back because this is clearly not a Marijuana Pro advertisement. It's a CBD oil advertisement. And, there's, with the studies that are coming out with it and it being perfectly legalized, and, well, it's legalized in all the United States now, I believe. There may be a state or two, but with it being legalized just about everywhere, I don't understand the problem.
Not that it was a cannabis channel, but the idea that YouTube are deeply against it for what reason, which again, you can be for or against that decision, but it's YouTube's.
YouTube's never said anything about CBD oil directly, though. They've always said marijuana in their terms of service. So it's pretty easy to see that his channel should come back. He should be able to fight this.
And they've been pretty open about it. And yeah, he didn't give a shit.
Right. And so, sorry, I should talk and then I cough into the mic. Apologies, everyone. Yeah, so it seems that if that's the case, if he was part of the sweep against cannabis videos, then this didn't come from a complaint. So
that's not true. It can come from a complaint, actually. You can mass flag his video as spam, and then they can catch it. So, completely wrong there.
So it's a YouTube decision. So, like, I don't know how they do
At the end of the day, it's always a YouTube decision, isn't it? Regardless of who flags.
Appeals in those cases. And with the, I would recommend watching Agent of Doubt's video. I gave it to Kevin too, and he brought up the...
Oh, God. You know who Agent of Doubt is. I just found him the other day. That guy is an idiot. That guy got so much wrong, and he does not comprehend law whatsoever. It just makes me irritated. When somebody speaks about law, here's the thing. Just to give you a little bit of background, my entire family is into law enforcement. I went to college actually for animal conservation because I was going to go become a park ranger, which is still a police officer. And I run a music studio now. That's what I like to do. So I dropped out for that, but I know law very, very well. My grandfather was a police officer. My dad's a police officer. My mom works for the courthouse. I won't say which courthouse. And my sister just got her bachelor's in criminal justice and is working up at a courthouse as well. So I know my stuff and I can source it. I have every single law book for the United States. Well, not every single law book, but every single law written down in a 2017 book, as well as Oklahoma law. So just letting you know.
And I hadn't heard of this before, but he brought up, or maybe I had and I'd just forgotten, about the plagiarism site or the faked essays. Yeah, it's basically plagiarism because you're passing somebody else's work off as your own without giving them credit.
That's not necessarily plagiarism, okay? Plagiarism is when you take somebody else's story and try to make it your own, and then turn it in. Somebody else writing your paper for you is not defined as plagiarism. At least under the law, it's not. So just letting you know that too.
And he also talked about the fact that
it's just known as cheating.
Was advertising VPNs, and I think that's just like it's a little bit too far. I think VPNs aren't that dark web.
VPN has nothing to do with the dark web. Oh my God. You are completely clueless, okay? You want to use a VPN when going to the deep web, and don't confuse the deep web with the dark web. They are the same thing essentially, but the dark web is usually invitation only to get into. You can't just stumble upon it. So really, it's just deep web stuff, okay? There's nothing wrong with the deep web. Do your history on the deep web. I had to explain to that idiot you're talking about, Agent of Dipshit, whatever his name is, Agent of Doubt, exactly why he was wrong about his whole VPN stuff. A VPN, every single business uses a VPN. Do you understand this? I work for a company that we have about 50 people working for. My best friend's dad owns the company. They use a VPN because they have social security numbers, people's driver's license and stuff like that, and it's just security to keep hackers from getting in. Like, it just blows my mind that you guys think you all don't even research before you speak about stuff. You all are gonna piss me off too quickly in this video.
You know?
VPNs are perfectly reasonable, I think.
But the point...
At least Kevin Logan can think for a little bit of himself there. For himself a little bit. Scrambling my words.
He made was that these businesses can't advertise on YouTube. You know,
that's not true. There's nothing in their terms of service about that. Did you read the terms of service?
Cannabis oil, because it claims to be like a miracle drug, it can't advertise on YouTube. And
Okay. There are plenty of studies that show CBD oil prevents seizures. There are a lot of studies backing this claim. Very credible ones. Nobody's claiming it to be a miracle drug. However, it does help with sciatic nerve pain. It also helps with arthritis. There are things that this actually does help with. It's not a miracle drug by any means. Okay, it's no better than Tylenol, to be honest. It's about that same level as Tylenol, except with better benefits, to be honest, and with less drawback. Minus the seizure thing. The seizure thing, that's incredible, actually. But other than that, it is just a normal drug, over-the-counter drug. And nobody's claiming that, oh, this will cure your cancer. This will get rid of your AIDS, you know. This will convert you to Catholicism. I don't know. Whatever you think that this miracle drug could do, or whatever they're claiming as. YouTube has never came out in terms of service saying CBD oil is bad. Just read the terms of service.
And the Plagiarism site also can't make videos and upload them to YouTube. So
YouTube doesn't have that in their terms of service either. And it's not a plagiarism site, it's a cheating site.
His reasoning was, you know, they were going to use people with big audiences with the right demographics and aiming their content at them. So, and bearing, you know, one person, so I watched, when this went down, I went and wanted to see what some of the response videos were, because it is, I mean, I guess, you know, because of Kevin, maybe you've introduced me into sort of like, kind of hate watching, but getting a sense of what the discourse is in the community. One of the guys, he did this really annoying thing where he made a video title that said something like, "This is the reason Bearing was terminated." And
oh, I think she might actually be talking about my video. Holy shit.
then you get to his video and he's like, "I don't know if this is the reason, but this is what I think." I'm like, clickbait.
Sorry, that's not how my video went. I said, I don't know for sure the reason, but this is what's came out so far.
But he said he had a lot of cannabis stuff in his videos, and he was getting emails from YouTube warning him that he should take it down. And he ended up modifying his content in order to remove the cannabis from it. So he said, you know, if I was getting those emails, maybe Bearing.
Okay, she very well might not be talking about me, but that's somebody else ended up freaking commenting on my video saying the same thing she said about, oh, way to start your video off with, I don't know. I said, I don't know for a fact, okay? But this is what it seems to be, all right? Even Bearing seems to not know for a fact right now of what actually happened to his channel. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have came out and said something. Because Sugar Tits ended up coming out and saying that nobody's been responding to them so far. And all they know is what we know. Because they got the thing of spam and all that, and that's all they told them. So they didn't give them an exact response.
Got them and ignored them, which wouldn't surprise me, because he thinks he's above the law. So I don't...
Thinks he's above the law? What was that about?
I don't know how much of this was really out of the blue. But again, if it came from the side of YouTube, I think it's going to be much more difficult for him to get his channel back. But I expect he is trying to get his channel reinstated. I would just I assume that that's what he's doing.
That'd
And
be a
then
pretty smart
also the
assumption.
question is, if he does get his channel reinstated, obviously that just goes back to like what the Total Drama Island issue. But if he doesn't, then how much of his back catalog is he going to upload to his Patrick channel? Because that's a like I'm sure he had hundreds of videos, and that's a lot of work. But it's also a lot of and how many of those videos he can track down.
Having done bearing bingo, we can safely say that even though it was hundreds of videos, it wasn't really that much work.
No, well,
It wasn't that much work. You don't put in a single nth of an effort into your videos that Bearing puts into his. His videos are very well edited. What are you talking about?
You total up all the hours even making crappy cookie cutter videos.
Crappy cookie cutter videos. I don't think you must not have ever watched a single video of his because it's edited very, very well. The sound quality, I guess, okay. Me being into sound engineering, I am super picky with it, and he has fantastic recording technique. So, I guess maybe you all just don't understand what goes into it, and that's fine. But you're speaking from pure ignorance, and it's irritating.
Yeah, but it was, say if he's got 200 videos, it was, 90 videos of work.
I mean, yeah, probably, right.
Oh, God. You should do video editing now, since you're such the expert on it there, Kevin. If any video that is of piss poor quality anymore, I am going to absolutely ream you for on your videos.
Right, but it will also take a lot of time to upload them again and redo the description boxes and everything else. So I mean, it is a lot of work to back up your video collection.
Yes, I can attest to that.
Yes,
When I had my videos taken down, and I had thankfully the
Your fantastic unedited videos must have been real difficult.
Delightful Makaya B, who downloaded them all, and I had to download them and upload them to my second channel, and then my third fucking channel, because the alt-right loves free speech. There was a lot of effort and a lot of pissing about. Although I imagine it must be ameliorated from Bearing's perspective, because he will actually get paid a reasonable sum of money for those videos. Whereas I was uploading them knowing I would get, 2 pence for these hours and hours of work.
Yeah, it makes you really wonder how he's getting paid, even though YouTube is against him, how he's getting so much money. Maybe it's because people really just do not like you guys, Think there may be a reason for that? Stop calling Bearing an asshole, maybe. Just saying. You guys have so much self-reflection to do. You're so close to self-reflecting. You're so close. You're like, he makes so much money and all that. And it's like, man, and YouTube's completely against him. Just unbelievable.
But what I find odd is the fact that he's just gone radio silence.
Yeah, that is peculiar.
He's probably talking with lawyers and his agents. I mean, honestly, it's not exactly too surprising. When stuff like this goes down, you don't want to spread false information if you don't know truly why your channel's gone. You don't want other people to go out and run with something that may not be accurate. So it's pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just thinking, well, I'll just keep my head down, and so because if he puts out a video on his second channel saying "fuck YouTube,"
he just put out a second video on his channel before you all did this live stream. Y'all should have checked.
Maybe that would, prejudice any appeal or whatever. But I don't. It does seem strange.
But to my knowledge, he's not gone on anyone's live streams. People who've made videos about it said they've reached out to him and he hasn't got back to them. I know he's talking or Sugar Tits is posting updates, but it wouldn't be that much to go on a hangout and talk about what happened, or to even make a short video and upload.
Well, first he has to know what happened. And as far as to my knowledge, from everything that I've gathered, he doesn't know truly what the cause is yet. I mean, maybe he knows now. It's been 20 hours since you all did this live stream here and since he's uploaded a video, but, in 20 hours, maybe a lot's happened. I don't know. But at the time of you guys doing this video, he had no idea. He had no idea what the actual cause is.
Upload it to his Patrick channel. So I don't understand where it's been days now. Right?
Yeah.
3
it's
days
been
or
like
something?
3 It was 2 days at this point. 2 days.
3 days, yeah.
And it's YouTube.
Yeah, it's been about 3 days.
So I
3 days is now.
just find that weird.
Yeah, and I can't even say that I know particularly why that would be. It's just, it is a strange thing. It's very un-Patrick-like thing to do.
Very un-Patrick-like.
And it's not like it's not like him and Sugar Tits or whatever her name. Let's just call her Dave.
ST?
Does Sugar Tits make you uncomfortable?
Yeah, it's not like he and ST as a team have gone, okay, radio silence and done nothing, because she's been posting about it. So I don't know why he hasn't been. I don't think it's because he's busy, because
Well, right. You can only
does he
sit
do?
on hold for YouTube so long, and you got to take a bathroom break at least,
Yeah.
or before you make the call and stay on hold all day. But yeah, so it's sort of strange.
Yeah, it is peculiar, but yeah. So what was your overall take on the situation? Are you happy to see him gone?
Well,
because
I'll give my take, and then
you've been
yeah.
much bigger a victim of his nonsense than I.
She's never been a victim of him. She started everything when it came to this whole thing. Maybe he did do the first response video to her, but her authoritarianism is impeding on other people, and he wanted to call it out. So you cannot call her a victim. She did it to herself, and he has never led a campaign against her. So stop the lies.
Well, I'm a victim of his nonsense when he fucks up, since we've already dropping F-bombs all over the show. Because
Don't swear on this motherfucking stream. I won't allow it.
Fuck you.
When I'm hosting, we're gonna see good, clean Christian family entertainment.
Oh yeah, that's it. I'm gonna remind you of that. Oh, is that some of your wholesome, clean Christian family entertainment, Kevin?
Yes, doing cock windmill.
Are these two, gonna get married or what?
Halfway through a stream is perfectly fine. It says so in the Bible.
So getting back to the topic. Right, so there's my overall take of it, and then also there's the fallout that I've had to deal with because of it. So there's two things. There's sort of my assessment of it as a YouTuber, but then there's also the fact that my life is such that when Patrick messes up, I am the one who gets blowback for it.
That's because you're the one who started the false campaigns. Okay, the false flaggings. You don't understand that that's going to follow you every single time from now on, whether you cause it or not. If his channel gets shut down, you're the first one they're going to go for because you have done it before. You are guilty of this. Get it in your head. You fucked up in the past. Now you're reaping the consequences, okay? So maybe you should think before you try to do something sneaky like that again, huh?
So you had actually mentioned that his channel was shut down in a message to me, right before I went to bed. And I'm sorry, I read the first couple lines, which is hey, you want to do a hangout? And then the last line, which is one thing. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. I didn't see it. So I went to bed, woke up in the morning, and when I was going through my feed then on my commute, I saw it. And then I checked, comments, and I started getting messages again on Twitter and comments that get pushed over to be reviewed because they have bearing in them. And usually when people talk about bearing, it's to yell at me. And
It's because you caused false flaggings. And this very well could have been caused by a previous false flagging of yours. You don't know.
Just stop you to say, fuck you, Tom.
He couldn't hold back anymore.
Continue.
Your wholesome, clean Christian family fun. And I guess I'd say videos of people reacting. And I want to say more than probably around 3/4 of them are dropping my name as the cause for this. And they say,
Rightfully so, honestly. I mean, you are guilty of doing this in the past. This very well could have came from the past and got him today in the present. It's possible. Now, I actually believe that it wasn't you, but it's possible that it was you. Okay? But you are so guilty of doing this in the past that your credibility's shot. So do not act surprised. I think I'm going to go ahead and just stop this now. This video's gone on long enough. About 20 minutes longer than I wanted it to. So anyway, as normal. I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. You can clearly see where they're going with this. And I'm going to do more on this video later. I'm going to do their NFL kneeling ban, which I think is a beautiful thing. And I will see you guys in the next video.